Power is shut off to some southeast Kansas residents because they can't pay the high bills stemming from the February cold snap.
It's the return of summer travel as more Americans get vaccinated. I'm Natalie Brand at the White House with why there's still concern over lagging vaccination rates in some states.
The 4 states most watched news starts now.
A Chetopa, Kansas resident speaks out after her electricity is turned off and required more than $1,000 to turn back on. This is KOAM News at 5. After the Arctic blast in February, the city of Chetopa had to pay more than $100,000 for electricity for the city. Because of that, residents like Charmin Vaughn saw a bill that was more than $2,000 for a single month. So Vaughn and many others in the city signed agreements saying they would pay extra each month to get that high bill split up over 15 months. In May, Vaughn paid her electric bill but wasn't able to afford the extra roughly $100.
I was standing in my closet and electric went out. And it was like, oh, well, something must be being worked on or something's what I thought. So an hour goes by and I said, wow, this is weird. My husband goes outside and he goes, meter head's pulled.
She was told she'd have to pay her total balance, more than $1,500, to get her electricity back on. City officials encourage any other residents whose electricity was shut off to attend tonight's city council meeting. That's at 7 p.m. at City Hall. We're going to hear more from Vaughn tonight at 6. The Joplin Public Library today announced the start of its summer reading program. This year's theme is Tales and Tales. Tales as in animal tales and tales like stories. The program features challenges based on reading time, which people of all ages can work toward to earn prizes. To get more people involved, the city's offering free trolley passes throughout the reading program to people who sign up.
We just really hope that Joplin and the surrounding areas find a lot of enjoyment out of the summer reading program, that they connect with maybe new authors or new programs or a new form of art that they really enjoy.
The library is also offering a free library card to anyone who signs up for the reading program. That program ends on July 25th. Checking in with Nick Kelly. A lot of clouds out there, Nick.
Yeah, definitely some rain with that cloud cover too, at least to start the morning out, Dad. But for much of the day, thankfully, Mother Nature's been a bit kind to us to give us at least a break in the persistent rain chances. Not to mention, finally seeing a few peaks of sun from 7th and Rangeline. Not seeing a lot of activity on the Skywatch Storm Tracker right now, but underneath our mostly cloudy skies, there might be just a few little areas of either sprinkles or very light drizzle. But as long as our main storm system is still spinning in the Central Plains, we're not quite done with our rain chances just yet. Temperatures, though, they vary. If you're under the clouds, you're in the mid-60s. If you're seeing sun, a few lower 70s popping up on the board, but everyone will fall back through the 60s, 59 by midnight, down to 57 for the overnight. And I think that the overnight, Dow, is when rain chances will start to return. We'll break that down in the rest of the forecast here in a bit.
All right, catch you then. Thanks, Nick. President Biden is in Oklahoma today to mark the 100th anniversary of the Tulsa Race Massacre. The president's visit is meant to honor the survivors and victims and meet with their descendants. The president also unveiled new initiatives to help communities of color all across the country. His administration is launching a $10 billion community revitalization fund aimed at supporting underdeveloped communities like Tulsa's Greenwood district. For many, it was back to work today after a long Memorial Day weekend, and for millions of Americans, the holiday was an opportunity to travel and see friends and family. But what does that mean for the coronavirus pandemic? Reporter Natalie Brand has that story from the White House.
Memorial Day weekend saw a return of Americans hitting the road to celebrate the start of summer.
It looks like we were in the cave for 12 months, but now we are all vaccinated and out.
Since Thursday, nearly 9 million people have gone through TSA checkpoints for travel through the long weekend.
We're going to have a really good summer, especially for people who are vaccinated.
While family and friends are starting to reunite, doctors say the coronavirus remains a threat for unvaccinated individuals.
We have a lot of very, very contagious variants that are spreading across the U.S. And so for people who are unvaccinated, it remains a risky summer. But for the rest of us, it's going to be a really good summer.
More than half of all Americans, including children ages 12 and older, have received at least one shot, with 40% fully vaccinated. The Biden administration is still pushing for 70% of all U.S. adults to have at least one shot by the 4th of July. Some states have already met that goal. White House Chief of Staff Ron Klain tweeted that California and Maryland became the 11th and 12th states to reach the 70% mark for adults. Other states remain below that target, and vaccinations can vary significantly by county.
There's still a lot of people unvaccinated in many of the southern states. So that's what we got to work on. If we can improve those vaccination numbers, I think things will be fine. But I am worried about an uptick in cases in many of those states.
Heading into the Memorial Day weekend, the U.S. reported the lowest number of new COVID cases in a year. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, the White House.
A Biden administration official confirms to CBS News that White House employees will begin returning to the complex full-time beginning on July 6th. The Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo is on high alert. Dozens of earthquakes were recorded over the weekend, more than 1 week after a deadly volcanic eruption. Nearly 500,000 people fled to safety, and they still don't know when they can return to their homes that may or may not be standing. A little bit later, the hotel industry is hiring.
A labor shortage is hitting hotels nationwide. I'm Wendy Gillette, and I'll tell you how the industry is trying to attract workers ahead of the busy summer season.
And next in Health Watch, we're going to look at some surprising side effects of cutting fast food from your diet. An independent lab wants a recall of some sunscreen products after finding a cancer-causing chemical. Valisure, which checks medications and healthcare products for quality, says it's found the chemical benzene in 78 sunscreen products it tested. Benzene is a known carcinogen. The lab says it tested nearly 300 sunscreen products and found that 27% of them contain benzene. Banana Boat, Neutrogena, CVS Health, and Walgreens are among those testing for benzene. A large European study finds high blood pressure during pregnancy can increase the risk of stroke or heart disease for babies later on. Hypertension or preeclampsia during pregnancy is common and often temporary for mothers, but researchers in Sweden say it can have a long-term impact on offspring for decades. Fast food has been a staple of American life since the first White Castle opened its doors in 1921. But now, with more than 200,000 fast food companies and a new option at every corner, fast food is quickly supersizing Americans. The CDC reports that over a third of all Americans eat fast food on any given day. We all know it's not the best option for our health, but you might not know some side effects of what could happen if you gave up fast food. What is your favorite fast food?
I love pizza.
I do like the fast food. I like the chicken fingers, French fries, Cokes, and my favorite, chocolate milkshakes.
So what happens if you give it up? You'll be at lower risk for heart disease and diabetes, but experts say you're also at lower risk for Alzheimer's. Studies show the hallmark Alzheimer's protein, beta amyloid, was higher in those with high junk food diets. And with less blood sugar, experts say you won't just lose weight, your mood may also improve. Researchers have found a fast food diet can damage neurons and even cause depression. But if you're one of the more than 84 million Americans consuming fast food every day, experts say start small.
Thank you. Oh, my kids, they'll tell you, McDonald's French fries are the best fries ever. Like, I agree. They have great fries. They're great fries. But we don't need to eat them every week.
Researchers warn that giving up fast food can also cause withdrawals marked by irritability, mood swings, and cravings, and say that these symptoms should diminish over time as fast food is phased out. However, the good news is that as your gut microbes change with your diet, you'll start to desire more natural whole foods too. A study in Hong Kong finds Tai Chi can be just as effective as conventional exercise to reduce belly fat for middle-aged and older adults. Tai Chi uses slow exercise, meditation, and rhythmic breathing. Researchers say that combination can help reduce waist size and also lower good cholesterol. That's a look at today's health news. A little bit later, the world's largest meat producer is the latest victim of cyber attacks.
Plus some more rain chances in the forecast, but finally a warming trend too. Forecast up next. After a good amount of rain last night into this morning, it was nice of Mother Nature to throw us a curveball in our favor this time around on a day where we were anticipating at least some scattered showers and maybe a few storms in the afternoon. We got past the morning round of rain and stayed relatively quiet underneath mostly cloudy skies. However, the rain from last night, as advertised, did add up. Not a whole lot once you work north and west of Joplin, maybe under half an inch. But once you go south of 44, anywhere from half an inch to almost 2.5 inches of rain. So that, no doubt, has led to at least a flood warning for southeastern parts of Lawrence County and north central Berry County until this evening at about 8 o'clock. That's just primarily any low water crossings and maybe some of the local rivers running a bit high. But we're not adding to any of these rain amounts so far, with mainly a dry look on the radar network. That being said, if we zoom in a little closer into southwestern Missouri, we are seeing just a few little showers popping up east of Carthage, east of Neosho, and just to the west of Milnette around Aurora and Pierce City. Again, those are just light showers that will try to be around for a few hours, but I'm still thinking overall the better chances for rain to return will be during the overnight. At least we're getting some peaks of the sun breaking through a lot of cloudy skies from 7th and Range Line. We're sitting at 64. At least in Joplin, it was a struggle to do any warming up because of the cloud cover and the northeast breeze at 7 miles per hour. Once we got past our lows in the mid to upper 50s this morning, we had quite a contrast in temperatures. If you were stuck under the clouds, you had to make do with lower to middle 60s throughout the afternoon with more sun. We're at 74 in Yates Center, 72 in Fredonia, but everyone's going to trend toward the right direction and pretty much in the same ballpark during the rest of the evening, falling through the 60s, 59 by midnight, down to 57 for your Wednesday morning. So not a lot of action here right now, but at least our morning batch of rain continues to work over the Mississippi, working into the parts of the Ohio and Tennessee Valley. Our frontal system, well to the south, that's keeping any good chances for strong and severe storms out of the picture. But our main upper low, working over the state of Kansas now, this will be around for tonight and a part of tomorrow. That's why we're still going to hold on to some rain chances. But I think for most of you this evening, we'll get through on the dry side. Still, we'll have to contend with mostly cloudy skies as we go into the late night. It's not until before sunrise, that's when we can see a few more showers popping up as the morning drive gets underway. Then I want to hold on to a chance for some scattered rain and thunderstorms, but with some returning sun, everybody should do better with temperatures. 57 in the morning, 68 by noon. Let's go for an afternoon high around 74, so that's not looking too terrible. Once we get past Wednesday evening, we'll be dry to start Thursday morning out and looking a lot better for Thursday. Partly sunny skies, maybe a random shower with highs in the upper 70s. This is a setup that will push us back near 80 on Friday with maybe a random shower, but this developing upper low, look at the jet wanting to grab it on Saturday and start pulling it our way as we go through the rest of the upcoming weekend. That's going to be a better chance for rain and thunderstorms to return. But temperatures, they'll still finally swing in the right direction. 74 tomorrow, 78 Thursday, lower 80s through much of the weekend, and it's early next week.
Maybe a brief chance at least to dry out a bit.
At least Thursday and Friday, those are looking really good.
Thanks, Nick. Just ahead, a cyber attack on the world's largest meat producer. First, though, we recognize a local World War II veteran. Carthage native Lester Terry served with the U.S. Army as part of a motorcycle dispatch unit in Italy and North Africa. His medals include 4 bronze stars. Lester Terry, a 4-state hero. Hackers attacked the world's largest meat producer. The cyber attack against JBS meant no work for a second day for thousands of employees in Australia's meat industry. JBS is the world's biggest meat and food processing company, employing around 11,000 people. JBS USA said it was the target Sunday of An organized cybersecurity attack that disrupted some of its servers supporting its Australian and North American IT systems. They say restoration work is underway. That cyber attack is believed to have originated in Russia. Get ready to pay more for your postage this summer. The USPS says it plans to raise the rate of postage for letters, postcards, and other services. Stamp prices will increase to 58 cents, and overall, the agency says mail prices will rise by about 7%. Memorial Day weekend signals the start of the summer vacation season, but many hotels all across the country are dealing with labor shortages. Wendy Gillette reports from Scottsdale, Arizona.
Laurel Eli is a front desk agent at the Fairmont Scottsdale Princess just outside Phoenix. The hotel has been overwhelmed with guests since February, when more people started getting vaccinated.
It's been very busy. Lots of guests are coming to enjoy this beautiful weather we have, to sit at the pool, hike, golf, and just relax.
While the guests are coming back, not all the workers are. Business plummeted when the pandemic started and many employees left the industry or the area. The hotel is currently looking to fill 200 positions across all departments.
I've never seen the need for staffing like this unmet as it has been.
The hotel is offering an incentive of $500 to new hires, and current employees can get a bonus of $500 if they refer someone who gets a job. About a dozen miles away, the Phoenician Resort is searching for 50 employees.
We have cards that we take with us that we can hand out if we meet someone. Hey, are you interested in joining the luxury collection in the Phoenician family?
Staffing shortages extend across the country.
How are we doing today?
Benjamin McCarney is the general manager of the Bohemian Riverfront in Savannah, Georgia. He sometimes busses tables at the hotel's rooftop restaurant when he's short on staff.
I do love the industry, but we all get tired. You know, I had 2 days off last month. Closing the rooftop bar multiple nights.
The president of Visit Savannah says managers everywhere are picking up the slack.
It might be cleaning rooms and scrubbing toilets, and that's a challenge for people that that are also responsible for the bottom line and managing their business.
Establishments are asking guests to be patient this summer as the industry works through these staffing issues. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, Scottsdale, Arizona.
Some state leaders have blamed the labor shortages on enhanced federal unemployment benefits. More than 20 states have canceled the benefits. The world's largest airline is delaying the return of alcohol on flights. American Airlines told crew members it'll not bring back adult beverages until at least the middle of September. A spokesperson said that date is set to coincide with the end of the federal mask mandate. Southwest Airlines already announced it's postponing the return of alcohol sales after one of its flight attendants was attacked by a passenger last week. Final check of the forecast next. The CBS Evening News is next. Then on KOAM News at 6, we're going to hear more about what Chautauqua, Kansas residents can do to get help with those high utility bills. Plus, Joplin High School football players helped clean up the Joplin DMV, which flooded in last week's storms. And the Fort Scott Public Library announces it's back open to the public. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. Bon appetit! Europe is looking to insects to help feed the future. Yeah, European Union officials have decided it's okay to add bugs to the menu, approving mealworms for human consumption. Some restaurants use them in vegetable salads along with crickets or as mealworm pasta. Yum, yum. The mealworms are harvested for a year, then are cooked up to tasty perfection. They say. Proponents say mealworms are the sustainable future for human protein needs. And I know it sounds disgusting, maybe looks a little disgusting, but I imagine it's partly a mental block.
But then you say looks, when those mealworms were going in the pan, I thought they were just crinkle cut fries until the script came up.
Well, yeah. But you could fry them up. I guess they're crispy. Maybe you dehydrate them, make a flour.
I don't like drown it in a gallon of mayonnaise. It might taste good.
You add ketchup. Everything's fine with ketchup. Yeah. The weather.
Okay, we'll watch for some scattered rain chances overnight and again for tomorrow, but it's going to be warmer with highs near 74.
See you right back here at 6. In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other.